A very good morning and welcome to yet another edition of the S101's Visual Radio for the Newsfirst team. I'm Jadabdeen, and we start off with a look at your headlines.
News First headline.
And in headlines, debate on Sri Lanka Electricity Bill slated today. Ministry of Health begins fumigation at areas at risk of dengue outbreaks. Over 15,000 acres of land used for agricultural activities destroyed due to heavy rains. Israel launches new military operation in central Gaza. ICC T20 World Cup encounter between Australia and Oman. Australia win. And now your news in detail. In local news, the parliament is scheduled to be convened at 9:30 a.m. today. Accordingly, the Sri Lanka Electricity Bill is scheduled to be debated in parliament today. Deputy Speaker Ajit Rajapaksa says the debate will be followed by a vote at 5:30 p.m. The Committee on Public Accounts, Sectoral Oversight Committee on Education and Human Resources Development and the Sectoral Oversight Committee on Health are scheduled to convene at the parliament today. And shifting your attention towards more local news, the Ministry of Health has begun efforts to fumigate areas at risk of dengue outbreaks. Secretary to the Ministry of Health, Dr. Palitha Mahipala, says the fumigation process will be done only at specified locations. The ministry warns of a potential dengue outbreak due to heavy rains. The secretary says 25 medical teams have been deployed for medical care to individuals affected by the floods. Mobile clinics with teams of doctors, nurses and pharmacists were also launched yesterday. He also says that steps have been taken to ensure the necessary medications are available in all relevant health divisions of those affected by rat fever. And shifting your attention towards more local news, the Minister of Agriculture, Mahinda Amaravira, says over 15,000 acres of land used for agricultural activities have been destroyed as a result of heavy rains experienced in the country. The minister adds the most number of crops that were destroyed are reported from the Western Province and the Galle and Mathura districts. The minister also says that the Department of Agriculture Sri Lanka will carry out the necessary measures to provide compensation for the damaged crops. Several paddy fields across the island have been affected due to the heavy rains experienced in the country. Up next is international news.
International news.
And in international news, the Israeli military says it has taken operational control over eastern areas of Bureij refugee camp and the town of Deir al-Balah in central Gaza, as dozens of Palestinians were reported killed. On Wednesday morning, the military said troops backed by airstrikes had begun an operation against terrorists and terrorist infrastructure above and below ground. Residents reported intense bombardment, and the charity Médecins Sans Frontières said at least 70 dead people, the majority women and children, had been brought to a local hospital since Tuesday. It came as US, Egyptian and Qatari mediators meet in Doha and Cairo to discuss how to finalize a ceasefire and hostage release deal. Up next is your update on sports.
Sports news.
And finally in sports, the ICC T20 Cricket World Cup 2024 encounter between Australia and Oman was underway in Bridgetown. Oman won the toss early on and elected to field first. Invited to bat first, Australia posted a total of 164 runs for the loss of 5 wickets in the allocated 20 overs. Chasing a target of 165 runs, Oman only managed to get 125 runs for the loss of 9 wickets in their allocated 20 overs. Australia won the game by 39 runs. And with that, we wrap up this morning's edition of the S101's Visual Radio. For the Newsfirst team, I've been Jadabdeen. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.